And we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the show. Tonight's show is going to be a doozy. This is If You're Like Me. That's the name of the show. Who hosts this show? Well, you're looking at him. It's me, Nick Gibbons. I am cited for all of you people cited. I have been cited by the county that my lawn is too long. No, I'm egg cited. I forgot the eggs part, which is weird because Easter's right around the corner. I should be thinking about nothing but eggs because I love those sweet, sweet chocolate eggs. Thanks for watching the show, guys and girls and people of all sorts of genders and likes and makes and pronouns and everybody. I love you people, and I'm glad you're watching live here. You know, my numbers are going down, which is okay. It's okay. You know, I don't do this for the fame and the fortune. I do this because I love talking to people. I love getting in front of you guys and just going, nuts for donuts up here. But I love the people that watch live. Thank you so much for you diehard people that watch live. It's great. I'm glad that you can join me. I love the people that watch the rebroadcast or the rebrand or whatever it is. It's on YouTube forever. It lives there forever. You know, it lives and lives on, unlike our frail human bodies. But thanks for joining me tonight. If you're like me, who's the host of that show? This guy here, Nick Gibbons. I'm the host of the show. You're probably wondering, who's that guy talking? When's the host coming out? He's not coming out. It's me. I'm the host. I'm so sorry. Tonight's topic is exciting. It's a fun topic. It's worst job. Everybody's had a bad job in their lives. I've had tons of them, and I will talk about them on the show coming up soon after the intro in a minute. And I want you to call me with your bad jobs. Call me with just tell me what you did. Tell me a story about your bad job. I want to hear what you have to add to the conversation. I will be putting up the Skype thing here right after the intro. But real quick, I want to say I have to start putting a 3-minute time limit on calls so I can get more calls in. I will have a timer up here, and when we get close to it, don't get mad if I cut you off and say, all right, or hurry you along a little bit, because I just want to get more people to call in. I want to have the lines open for more people to call in. So have your story be succinct, have your ideas formed. Don't call up and go, don't do that. No one likes that. Generally when you're using the phone to call someone, you know who you're calling and what you're going to say once the person comes on the phone. Those are just some general rules about using the phone. This is Skype. It's very similar to the phone. But I wanted to say happy April 1st, everybody. It's a special day, and I'm just wondering maybe if you guys wanted some nuts. They're just nuts. They're special nuts. I bought them at the store, and they're just nuts. What, do you want one? Come on, they're delicious, and they're full of protein. It's just a normal day. I don't know why you'd think it's weird I'm offering you nuts in a little can. Well, have a nut. They're just nuts. I don't know what you guys thought was going to happen there. It's just a normal day. There's nothing. You just. Okay. Oh, I had some of these nuts earlier. I don't know what happened. April Fools, everybody. That was not a real spring worm coming out of my mouth. That was an April Fool's joke. It's April Fool's Day, folks. I'm going to tell you some April Fools later on in the show that you could do maybe. It's a little late. It's very late in April Fool's, so maybe you can save them for next year. But I have some ideas for April Fool's jokes I'm going to throw your guys' way in the show. But hey, no show can be a show unless we start the intro. So let's go. You know, fucking hoe. Intro.
Clean up on aisle 7. Bring the sawdust.
Hello and welcome again after the intro part of the show. I did a fade. I wasn't real sure if it faded yet because I was looking at this thing, which is not the right thing to look at. Hi, everyone. I'm so excited to be in the meat of the show. But before I start, there was something I forgot to do last week that I'm going to do now. And that is it. There you go, guys. Now you know what to do. You Skype. Where is it? No, it's over here. You Skype this thing right here. you go to your Skype. Now, for all you millennials out there or older or younger folk, Skype was something that we used to do back in the old days when computers were brand new and we wanted to talk to each other through the computers. We did it. It's called Skype. It's a very antiquated program that is incredibly difficult to figure out. It shouldn't be at this point in time. They should have fucking figured it out. But they have not figured it out yet. And so you go to your Skype on your computer and you type in the email address below me, and you can talk to me. I'd love to talk to you tonight. It's going to be a great show. I'm going to open the Skype lines here in a minute. Tonight's topic, however, is worst jobs. I want to hear about your worst job that you've ever had. I want to hear about maybe a story that happened at your worst job or a crazy incident that happened on a job. It's that sort of thing. And I am instituting the 3-minute call rule tonight. I have my Apple iPhone timer here, and I will be timing each call for 3 minutes so I can get more calls in. Some of the calls were going very long, and I'm going to have to be a task master tonight, which is hard to say, task master. I'm going to cut you off if I have to. That's assuming anyone calls. So if no one calls, then we're screwed, and it's just going to be a long session of me mumbling for an hour, which is, what you've come to expect from this show and anything I'm really involved in, honestly. It's exciting. I had a couple of my friends. I reached out across the internet, and I got a couple friends of mine, some comedians and people of the ilk, to send me some videos talking about some of the worst jobs that they've had. So I'll be plopping those in throughout the night. So that'll be fun. And later on, it's April Fool's Day. I thought of some new April Fool's Day jokes, not your run of the mill April Fool's Day jokes that your grandma is used to. No, these are new ones for people that are extreme and cutting edge. So people that don't do that. If you don't do that, this is probably right for you. So I'm going to read those in a little while. Let me tell you about my worst job before I open the Skype lines. I'll get mine out of the way. Back when I had first started college, it was summer. It was my first summer after college had started, and I was looking for a job. And I had long hair, like down to here, if you can believe it, at the time. And I had a friend of mine who's about half a foot taller than me, sort of a classically good-looking guy, short hair. He went to A&M. I'd known him from high school, and we were all home from summer. And we went out. We were going to get a job for summer. That's what we were going to do. So we went out. We both applied at this restaurant called Tippins. I don't know if you've ever been to Tippins before. They were known for their pies. And they also serve like Denny-style food. I had never eaten there. I had never stepped foot in this place until I applied for a job there. We went in at the same time. And both applied for a job. We both got hired. I was under all auspices. I had thought that I had been hired as a waiter because he had been hired as a waiter. And that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a waiter. We show up our first day. He gets his apron. They told him what to wear. They tell me to wear something a little different, which I was confused by. I show up. I get thrown an apron, but it's a little bit of a different apron. And they're like, "Yeah, hop in the kitchen, Gibbons." I was working in the kitchen, guys. I wasn't out there in the mean streets serving pie to people. I was in the kitchen making the pie. I didn't make any of the pie, but no, I had the kitchen job for a bit. I was put in charge of salads. I was the salad boy. So I was on the line and working lunch. It was fucking horrible. And I have so much more respect for all sorts of lines of work now. That really taught me, like, wow, there's a lot of people that you never see working very hard for you. And it sucks. It was a sucky job. They weren't very nice. I've never smoked before. I came in and they're like, "Yeah, you get a 15-minute smoke break." I'm like, "I don't smoke." And they're like, "You will." It was the most cryptic, scary thing. I'm like, this drive is good. This job's going to make me want to smoke. I don't know if I want this job. I never did smoke, but I would have liked to. I should have just taken the breaks. I should have just went outside and just stood outside. Anyway, I hated it. So I eventually quit. because I got tired of my buddy out in the front making hay with all the hot waitresses while I'm in the back with all these surly men making salads. So I finally quit. It was my last day. Now, this particular summer, the Jerky Boys were very popular. I don't know if you know what the Jerky Boys are or what they were, but they were these guys somehow made a career out of making crank phone calls. They were very funny. We listened to them. Their first album had come out, and me and all my buddies were quoting it incessantly all summer, that summer. And so I constantly had that playing in my head all the time. So it's my last day. I'm making my salad. I'm throwing it up there, just getting fucking shit from people left and right. I put the salad up there. I'm making it. And the manager's like, I need the so-and-so salad. He yells it out. He's angry. And it's there. And I just yelled out, and my Jerky Boy was, it's right in front of your eyes. Or some shit like that. You could have heard a pin drop in the kitchen. It was like that somebody pulled the brakes on sound. And I was just like, kind of looked around and just kept making my salad, and eventually things started working again. I just remember the glare I got from that guy. It was my last day. I did not give a fuck. I was like, out the door. See you later, bro. So that's my worst job story. I've had other bad jobs too, but that's the one I'm telling you about tonight. I'm going to open up the Skype lines here, but I got to get rid of this first. And then I have to change the audio to there. There's so many hoops I got to jump through for this. Their Skype is open, and it's going to make me sign in like it always does. Sign in. I'm trying to find a way around this because I kind of got smart and saved my sign-in thing so I can Command V it in. I don't have to type it all the way in. So now Skype is officially open, guys. Give me a call. Tell me about your shitty jobs. There's our first call. Hello and welcome to the show. Who am I talking? Well, I know who I'm talking to, but you tell us.
This is Harmon, DJ in Austin. How's it going?
Good. How are you doing tonight? Hold on. I got to make this full screen. I mean, I'm not going to put you up, but I'm going to put that full screen. Okay, there we go.
Well, he pushed me down the stairs and my shoes came off, and I feel very hurt about this.
Yes, exactly. Oh my God. It was the funniest thing of all time.
Oh yeah, I love the Jerky Boys.
Okay, Harmon, look, you're on the timer.
I'm gonna make this a type 3. Yes,
you got it.
The worst job ever. I had worked for this company in high school, and we did upper class like cell phone installations and Lexuses and Cadillacs, nice cars, and some IT stuff, paging, cellular, stuff like that. But this company, the guy moved, and this company actually sought me out and hired me. It was a cellular and paging store in my hometown. And so anyway, I went to work there. Most boring job ever. Nobody ever came in. Every now and then someone would come for a prepaid cell phone card or something like that. So it was just as boring as it gets. And the boss was a drunk. And so you had to deal with that.
So he was a normal boss.
I had asked, he was what?
A normal boss, basically. Just like
he was drunker than even a normal boss.
Oh, wow. That's impressive.
But yeah, very, very impressive. But I'd called in and let him know the day before that I would be taking that Friday off to ask if it was okay. He cleared it and everything. And then called me that Friday. I was taking off early. I was going to show up for work and take off early. He okayed it. And he called me and said he needed me to stay. And I said, well, you told me I could take off. And he said, well, it's taken off for the job. And I said, job sucks. I will see you later. Have a nice day. And that was the end of it.
That was good, though. It worked out.
Yeah, it was. I had fun in Houston, too.
Now, I've been to Houston. You have some time left, so I'm going to talk to you for a minute. You did good. That was a good. Right. That was a good story. It had a happy ending, which a lot of the bad job stories don't. But I went to Houston. You know, I'm from Texas, but I'm from Dallas, the Dallas area. You know that. And
right, yeah. My old boss he went to SMU actually.
Oh yeah.
He moved back to Dallas. That's why I got that crappy job.
That's I've been to Houston maybe two times, and I did not have a great time in Houston. It seemed very zombie apocalyptic to me. Like it's just the city part's all concrete.
City.
It's all concrete, and it's like a ghost town. And then anything outside of that is just desolate. Like that you don't want to be in those neighborhoods. It's just scary. Yeah,
exactly. So, there's one area when you're coming in from my area, and it's Kingwood and Spring, that area, and that's actually nice. FM 1960 has a lot of cool bars and stuff like that. It's not like going down like real Houston.
Well, I'll tell you what I was there for. It gives you a little bit insight about me, because somebody called last week and they said that last time they saw me, I was teaching swing dance, and another friend of mine, Paul Painter, who was watching, was like, I was gullible enough to believe that, and my girlfriend said that it was bullshit. It was a joke, and I was like, no, it wasn't a joke. I actually taught swing dance for a while as a substitute teacher, not as the real teacher. I was friends with the people, so when they needed a sub, they called me in. But we went to Houston to teach a class, and we went to the museum during the day. It was nice, but it was like I said, concrete everywhere. I was like, oh, this is weird. And then we went to the bar that we were teaching swing dance at, and it was out in the middle of nowhere, and it maybe fit 20 people inside of it. It was the scariest bar I've been in. I'm like, what are we doing here? But we survived. We were fine.
Just a hole in the wall, huh?
Yep. Okay, you've got your 4 minutes. I'll let you go an extra minute. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for the call, man.
All right.
Have a good night.
You take care, Nick. Have a good one.
You too. All right, there we go. That's our first bad job story down the drain, down the tubes. I'll take another call and another call before I play one of the videos, and then I'll play one of the videos. Or if no one calls right away, I'm gonna get it queued up. Let's see, who do I want to get start with here? A fan favorite, or let's go with this one. We'll start with someone that most of you will know. All right, I'm gonna close out of Skype, even though I know I'm gonna have to go in it in a minute. All right, don't hold your calls. Skype is off. Don't get discouraged. I tried to turn it off so I can play a video, so you dumbasses don't call while I'm playing a video, because that would be embarrassing for everyone involved. Okay, now I'm gonna change the audio over, which I wasn't doing last week, so we'll actually play through the thing, and then I gotta do this, and I will now play the video.
I saw the question you asked about worst job, and sorry, that's my cat. Those are his balls. As far as worst job, I've actually enjoyed a lot of the jobs that I've had, but as far as crazy work stories, I did work as a security guard at the library for my university, and we were open till 2 a.m. and we were also located right next to all of the bars, which means oftentimes we would see young amorous couples stumble in at 1:30 to do it in the study carols, and that was super fun. We also had to monitor the whole building and do these perimeter walks, and I'm pretty sure that building was haunted. It was like a real creepy basement situation, but it was a great job because I got to read for 4 hours at a time and occasionally tell people that they couldn't bring coffee into the library, which was always fun, and do a lot of homework and just kind of sit around. And I wish that job paid more because I would still be doing it. I also got a super cool shirt that said security across the back that I wanted to keep, but they wouldn't let me.
There you go. Our old pal, Sally Skinner. Guys, you may remember her from Adult Swim Streams and the show Stupid Morning Bullshit, a casualty of the Warner Media bloodbath, unfortunately. She is so great. Thank you, Sally, for sending us that wonderful story. It was good to see you again. I'm glad you dressed up. She just had a robe on. She didn't dress up for shit. But she did have her cat on there. I blurred out his balls, so you didn't have to see his balls, because this is a family show, actually. It's a motherfucking family show, okay? But that was great. I'm going to turn Skype back on, and we will get some Skype calls going, hopefully. Okay, let me see here. I was going to tell a quick story about, I was putting Jenny to bed the other night, reading her a story and whatnot. And she asked me, she wanted to pick a scab off of me. And I was like, no, it's first off, it's mine. I'm not a scab picker, but she is. And she was like, but I want to pick it. I'm like, no, you can't pick my scabs. And she's like, would you think vampires would eat scabs? And I said, maybe. She's like, they could peel them off and have them like chips. And I'm like, yeah, that would be a real good appetizer if you're having a party and you're having vampires over. So now you know, just a big bowl of scabs for your vampire friends so that they could dip it in some hot sauce. It sounds like a delicious snack to me. All right, Skype is back on, ladies and gentle people. Give me a call and I will get you right on, super fast. You can tell me about your worst job. I'd love to hear about it. I used to work at a movie theater for a while in high school. It was a bad job, but it was fun because everybody else there was in high school too. So we just ran around being idiots. One time, this is a friend of mine's story. It's not even my story. I wasn't there for this to happen, but once one of the managers, who was very weird, he had like a cock eye. Oh, hold on. We're getting a call. I'm going to go ahead and scoop that up. All right, hold on a second. I just realized I have to do something to the audio because please don't talk yet. Hold on. There we go. Now talk. You can talk now.
Oh, okay. What's going on?
Not much. How are you? I'm going to turn you down a little bit. You're very loud. Hold on. There we go. How's it going tonight?
I'm very loud. I'm a loud person.
That's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. I
mean, I can talk softer if you want, but
oh man, bring it full bore. We don't need softies here. We need some. There we go. Now I got you on screen. Boom, boom. I like that.
that. Booster shield on here. Okay.
That's fantastic.
Nobody cares.
I don't even have one of those.
Nobody does. It's like 30 people have this shirt.
I know. I love the wall. I like the roof that tilt the angle thing. That's really cool. Behind you there.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to freak everybody out with the craziness. I could do that, but
no, it's all good. You got lots of Adult Swim stuff going on behind you too.
Well, my name is Shifty Merchant because I have lots of Adult Swim stuff.
Oh, that's right. Well, how? So I'm going to tell you real quick. I'm going to let you behind the curtain tonight. My wife is at a function right now, and the kids are running around, and they want to be put to bed, but my wife's not here to do it. And my daughter her arm is underneath the office door with a note that says, "Where's mommy?" And she's because I told her not to come in here. She is on her way. She's on her way home, honey. She texted me just a minute ago, so I got to take care of. She'll be here in like 2 minutes. I swear. She's very like, where is she?
Jenny's my watch. Jenny can come in.
Hey, you want to come in for a sec, Jenny? Say hello to everybody. There is.
Jenny.
Come on in. There's 20 people watching.
And you know it.
Yeah. Can you? There we go. Say hi right here.
Hi.
She's waving to you. You can't see her because I don't have the camera on. But all right, now get out of here. That's enough. You've got your 15 minutes of famous up. Go to bed. She'll be here in just a second. I swear. She just texted. She's.
Did I ruin your show?
You have not ruined. No, I ruined my show.
It's on the way. Just wait a minute. The hat still is all over it.
I ruined the show, Jenny. You don't have to worry about that. Bye. All right, the kids are gone. You can use swear words now if you need to.
I wasn't trying to, but I will if you want me to.
Well, you don't have to. It's not a prerequisite. I'm starting your 3.
I'm not Richard Pryor. I'll be funny without that.
That's great. Yeah. You want to get okay? We got one more that since sister got to do it. Come here, real quick, buddy. Say hello.
Hello.
Buddy,
Wait.
welcome, Gabe.
Yeah, we need Gabe up here. Okay, look at this camera right here.
Hello.
Okay, say goodnight.
Good night.
Okay, bye.
Oh yeah.
All right, your time. Okay, you get extra time, by the way.
Round of applause. Round of applause for Gabe.
That boy's gonna do something with his life. All right, let's hear your story. I feel like you have a story to tell.
No, I definitely do. I actually wrote a short story about it for my, senior English class, but I'm not going to go through that because it's too long.
That's right.
But basically, I worked as an assistant to a heating and air installer, and he was a dick and an alcoholic, and he constantly wanted me to do things I didn't know how to do.
I feel like the thread of
years old. I have no experience.
I feel like the thread of alcoholic bosses is going to be strong in this episode.
Yeah, alcoholic bosses. You wake up all hungover and be like, "Hey, I need you to do all this stuff for me because I'm drunk." And I'm like, "I don't know how to do that. I did not go to school. I'm 16 years old and I'm making $6 an hour, and you're asking me to do your job, and I don't know how to do it."
And he's making like $40 an hour. So
sending me to the warehouse to find this or that, and I don't know what it is. He didn't give me a picture. He didn't even give me a good description of it, what it was, and I can't find it. And he gets mad about it.
Worst of all, he didn't give you a drink of the hooch. He didn't even give you a drink of the hooch. That's the worst problem.
But no, seriously, the worst was my last day I ever worked for this guy. And that's what I wrote a whole big, long story about, because he took me out to the middle of nowhere with like no warning, no breaks. It's like the hottest day of the year. I had no water at all. The house was not plumbed. I did not have anything to drink for 9 hours straight. And he worked me to death. And by the time I was just about to get off, I was already about to kill him. I was already ready. In my mind, I was going to kill this man and leave in his truck somehow because I was delirious from the lack of water.
You had a learner's permit. You had a learner's permit at this point, so you probably could have got away.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how far I was, but I was definitely in heat exhaustion, if not heat, whatever you want to call it, heat stroke. I wanted to kill him. I wanted to kill him. You
survive though? You survived the day. And
somehow barely I survived the day with a hot Pepsi and like a glug or two of hot tea.
You just said I don't think I've heard a more disgusting phrase in my life. Hot Pepsi. That's almost worse than the Peeps flavored Pepsi.
Life. I can't tell you how bad it was. 9 hours in the hot sun, with no water, and just begging for anything to drink. And I stole this other guy's who was there's hot tea. It was hot.
The theme of the day is hot. That day had the hotness.
Well, now, aren't I?
Your story's over, and you were frozen, but you're not anymore. So I'll let you wave goodbye since you're not frozen anymore.
Oh.
Wave goodbye. You're on now.
Well, somebody else came. Oh, what do you want me to do about it?
It's these goddamn internet tubes. They keep getting clogged. I don't know what it is.
I mean, I'm drinking here. I could drink and talk all day, Nick. It's just up to you to kick me out.
All right, I'm gonna kick you off so we can get another delicious viewer, another delicious call in. I'm eating up these stories because I want to just assume everyone's life is completely shitty compared to mine. So,
oh yeah,
I think it is, right?
Yeah,
that's what life is all about.
It is.
Well, thanks for the call, and I got
my phone. I got my phone right here. I'll press the button.
Oh, you're gonna press the button?
Thanks for talking.
Sure, I'll talk to you. Man.
I'm kicking you out.
No, you're not hanging up on me. I'm hanging. No, you're not firing me. I'm firing you. All right, Shifty Merchant. Thanks for the call. Whoops. You don't need to see my dash screen board. That's no fun. I didn't take that picture. That's copyright. There's a copyright there. I'm going to get into trouble. The Apple photographer is going to call me up and say, bitch, that's my picture of the desert. It's not yours. You can't be showing that all around all the internet. That's only for Apple users. I'm sure a lot of PC users just saw that. They have no idea what us Apple users are looking at all day. It's a beautiful picture of a desert. I let the cat out of the bag. Sorry, PC users. Your fucking blue screen behind your bullshit all the time. Boring as fuck. We got a desert picture. All right, since no one's calling right away, I'm going to turn this off and play another one of the videos because there's quite a few of them. This is my buddy Rob. He is a improv comedian that I met when I was in New York, when I was doing stuff at the Upright Citizens Brigade Theater. He is a very funny, I don't know why I said the past tense, a very funny guy. He lives in Atlanta with me now, not like with me, but in Atlanta as well as I do. He's from here, and he's a funny guy. He sent me a video to share with you lovely people, and here we go.
Hey, everybody. I'm Rob Lathan. The worst job I ever had, which you could make your argument was actually the best job I ever had, was when I was a cake deliverer for a company called Piece of Cake. I would deliver cakes to businesses and houses all over Atlanta. And I was actually probably the worst cake deliverer they ever had. I would kind of get distracted during my delivery routes and run errands while I was supposed to be en route. So a lot of customers called the company and complained. One day I dropped off a cake at the CNN Center in downtown Atlanta. So I dropped off the cake on time, which is good, but I had some other cakes to deliver. Still, it was lunchtime, so I figured I'd eat lunch at the food court. A producer walked up from CNN for a company called CNN Talkback Live and asked if I wanted to be an audience member for a show they were taping. I said, sure. So taping was about an hour long, at least. So I was in the audience for an hour while I was supposed to be delivering cakes. And of course, I asked a question on the show, some idiotic question. I had my friends and taped my performance. And then I kept going back on the show as an audience member, even while I was supposed to be delivering cakes. So, and that's why it was probably maybe the best job I ever had. It was the start of my TV career at Piece of Cake.
So that's where my cake was. My birthday cake. I'm still waiting on it, Rob. Jesus. Thanks for the story. Funny guy. Improv. You know, it's April Fool's Day. I'm not going to turn Skype on again real fast. I got these April Fool's Day ideas for you guys. Now, it's a bit late in the evening on April Fool's Day. Unless you're on the East and if you're on the West Coast, you still have some hours. You might can get some of these in. But if not, write these down and save them for next year. The first one is, you're getting those spam calls all the time. I want next time you get a spam call, if you get one today on April 1st, answer it and talk to the person and pretend to fall in love with them. That would be a fun April Fool's Day joke. If you're on a Zoom call at work, put one of those blow up sex dolls right in front of the camera, and when it comes on, it's like, oh, it's not Hank, there's a blow up sex doll right there in front of the screen, and then off screen here you go, sorry about this, and then you push the doll out of the way, and then you sit down, but you're completely naked with an erection. Hilarious. Everyone at work is going to think that's really funny. I think that you definitely will stay employed if you do something that funny for your workmates. 2 words, whoopee cushion. But let's spice it up this time. It's an old favorite. Instead of putting it under someone's chair, cut it up into pieces and bake it into something and then feed it to somebody. And then when their body rejects the rubber because you can't digest it, and they start having horrible, explosive diarrhea, you hide all the toilet paper. And then you say, April Fools! Ha ha! So that's a good April Fool's joke. Oh, serve your partner breakfast in bed, okay, and put a fake cockroach under their toast. And then when they lift up the toast and they jump, you say, tell them that you're leaving them for somebody else. You've drained the bank account and you've put poison in their coffee that should be taking effect shortly, and then leave the house for like an hour. Imagine the look on their face when you come back, and the hilarity will ensue. Good times. Enroll your friends into the Church of Scientology. But then, after you've paid the first due, tell them you want to leave the church. That's when the fun starts, because those black vans in front of their house are hilarious. I promise you. After they're there for 24 hours a day, your friend's going to get real paranoid and wonder who's watching him. It's real funny. It's going to be a funny joke. And finally, put a scary mask on, hide in the closet, and jump out when someone opens the door. And lets you live alone. And then you just sit in the dark closet and think about all the poor choices that you've made in life that resulted in your current state of sad, lonely existence. That's a practical joke on yourself. Booyah! April Fool's Day pranks brought to you by, if you're like me, Nick Gibbons. There, woo! Joke's on you. All right, let's get some. You know what? I'm gonna play one more. I'm gonna play another one of these videos right now. I'm gonna sandwich that bit in with a video. This is my good friend Mark Kendall. Very, very amazingly funny comedian in town, improv guy, sketch guy. He does it all. I suggest you follow him on the Instagrams. All their information of these people is underneath the video right now, presently, as I am speaking to you. He's great, and he does a lot of really cool videos. And I think he's been up for a couple of awards recently. Anyway, check his shit out. Here's his worst work story right now.
I'm not sure if this is the worst job that I've had, to be honest, but this is certainly the strangest job that I'll never forget. I didn't like it. I was a storyteller for ghost tours. And so if you've never done that before, usually during Halloween time or in the fall, they'll do like these ghost tours, which is where you'll show up at some place and several actors who are in character will tell you a ghost tour about, the house that you're at or about the history of the area. Pretty common thing. And so that's what I was doing for a gig one Halloween. And that part of the gig, the storytelling part, was pretty normal. The unusual thing to me was that, the site, the place where this all took place, was at a slave plantation. And I guess more specifically, it was a replica slave plantation. I don't know if it was a slave plantation during slave times necessarily, but they dedicated this piece of land to having like replica buildings and rooms set up to where you could walk through it and see what a plantation would have looked like, And so that is weird off the top. I mean, that's just kind of like a weird place to go for fun, but I think it's a missed opportunity, because you would think, or at least I would think, that, okay, so you're going to do ghost tours at a slave plantation. Was like, okay, like tell scary stories about why this was really wrong. Because I feel like that's something that's missed in like our daily dialogues, especially like in our schools. So that could actually be like a great, well, I don't know if it would be great, but it would be one way to teach that history. But that's not what they did. Instead, what would happen is, so a bunch of audience members would show up. It was a pretty popular like Halloween time attraction. So people would show up, and someone would be there greeting you dressed in the time period with like a lantern, and they would take you from spot to spot around the plantation. And at each spot, a different storyteller would tell you a story. But none of the stories really addressed slavery or said how it was bad or any of that stuff. Instead, it'd be like these random stories. So like for me, for example, I told a story about, like, I think it was about like a cat or like a haunted house or something like that. Like as if if I were in that time period, the scariest thing to me at that time would be like a cat or a haunted house. I don't think so. And another weird memory I had from that time period was I like to ad lib, and once like I try to make like a present day pop culture reference, but they're like, no, keep your story to the time period. But I'm like, we're not really recreating the time period by ignoring the atrocities that happen here. So anyway, weird job. I won't forget it. Thanks for letting me share.
Uncomfortable. That was a terrible job story. That was awful. Awful for Mark. But he persevered. That's what you got to do. When you have a bad job, you got to just kind of trudge through it, get through it, get to the end. Now I'm going to open up Skype so that you MFers can call me up. Skype me up. Skype me up. Skype me up. You want Mario died today, right? Or something? I don't know. I read some dumb shit online about Mario dying. Good riddance. That Italian bastard owed me $20. And I didn't think he was ever going to pay me back. And he's a fucking plumber. He makes a lot of money. I know those guys make a shit ton of money. We heard the guy earlier calling about the Shifty merchant talking about him working for a plumber. I know those assholes make a ton of bread. I mean, they charge you an arm and a fucking leg just to unclog the big doo-doo lump out of your toilet. So, good riddance to bad rubbish is what I say. Let's see you in hell, Mario. See you in hell. We're getting a Skype call. Here we go. Hello, Skype call. Are you there, caller?
Yes.
Oh, hi. How are you doing?
Hi.
I'm adjusting your volume and I'm turning you up and I'm throwing you up. I'm throwing up you on the screen. There you go. Oh, somebody got their beard trimmed.
Yes.
Did you get it professionally done or did you do it yourself?
No, we still can't do it here in Washington.
Oh.
So I had to go with the mask on. She would, move the strap or whatever and shave. But I got a $50 gift card from my job for Employee Appreciation Day.
So that's a good job.
Yes. I used that to go and online. I bought a beard trimmer. It's like a multi thing, and took care of that this weekend. So it was way overdue.
You look like $1 million, Sam.
I'd take half of that in cash.
So you have I know all the places that you've worked, I think, but is there one in particular that was?
I was gonna talk about the movie theaters. We both worked there.
Well, I was about to tell the story about the manager.
Yes.
In the arcade. Was that the one you were going to tell?
Kinda, yeah. If we're talking about a little Depeche Mode.
Oh, yes. Okay. Tell that story. That's the story I was about to tell, but please tell. It's funny. I like it when you call in because I'm going to tell the stories, but I don't have to do it now. You can do it for me.
Well, and it validates your story.
Exactly.
It actually proves that it's true, and you're not just making stuff up.
People don't think I'm telling the truth. I've had a crazy life.
Right.
All right.
So we work at this movie theater. I guess I won't use any names, and we'll just
Cinemark 8. Yeah, don't use his name. I thought to be the theater. We could say the theater's name.
And we as ushers were responsible for some reason for the CD player that was in the little closet that was also, it was the mop closet, basically. It was where all the cleaning supplies were and everything, right by the bathrooms and everything. But we had to control the CD player, and there was only so many discs that we could play, and it was, and somebody had brought a Depeche Mode CD up there, and we were sitting there. It was like we were looking for, like everybody was looking for something to do. It was a lull period during the day, and manager sitting up there at the podium, at the ticket podium, and he was like, "Okay, we need to start doing something. So you guys get a bucket and you're going to start cleaning the walls over here. And you two over here, you get to, and he's hearing the music playing from the arcade because we can hear it all throughout the lobby. And he right in the middle of what he's saying.
Oh, God damn it. Don't, hold on, Sam. Don't say anything. You froze up. I don't. Wait. Stop, Sam, stop. You froze up for a minute. I want you to back up a little bit because that's the key point of the story. You froze right when you were getting to the best part of the story. All right. Did you freeze again? Sam.
I got poor connection.
Okay, there we go.
I don't know. I'm still here.
You're there. Okay, so here's where we are in the story. You guys, he's barking orders at you guys. You can hear the Depeche Mode playing in the arcade. And then this happens. You go, now you tell that part.
Okay. You two, you go over here and clean these walls. You two, you come in and you get a bucket and you go, all I ever wanted, all I ever needed is here. And we just rolled out laughing right into the song in the middle of a sentence.
Now this man, like I said, he had one weird eye that went sort of one way a little bit. And he was in his 30s, late 30s at least. And there's he's barking orders at teenagers. And then he just starts belting out Depeche Mode just out of nowhere in the middle of all these things. It's like, all I ever wanted, and really selling it. And
he was loud.
Well, he fucking was feeling it, man. It's either you feel the Depeche Mode song, or you feel the Mortal Kombat demo that was playing constantly on a loop in the arcade. No, it was Killer Instinct. It was not. It was Killer Instinct. I remember now. It was the same game basically. Great story, Samuel. Thanks for sharing it.
Well, thank you, Will. It's my pleasure.
You look good, and I look forward to seeing the beard grow as the show progresses.
Okay. Does that mean I have to call in every time?
You do. Now you do. That's the thing. Sorry.
Okay.
Our beards can grow together as a family. All right, I'm hanging up on you. Goodbye.
Yay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Unless someone calls in right away, I'm going to play another one of those videos. A lot of really nice people sent me videos. I'm going to, quit out of that for a second. I was going to tell you a quick story about Gabe. I was putting Gabe to bed the other night. I put my kids to bed every night. We switch out. I do Gabe, she does Jenny, and then we switch. And this was a Gabe night for me. And lately the boy, Lately, the boy, I'm sitting here just really selling this story. I looked over and it was the goddamn desert again. You guys are thirsty watching it. You're like, well, how am I so thirsty? So I'm putting Gabe to bed, and he's been real punchy lately. He's punching and kicking like he's like a fucking, that guy it's like he's mainlining like cocaine all day long. He's got so much goddamn energy, and he uses it to punch and kick daddy constantly. So we're in bed and he's punching me and hitting me. And then he stops and looks at me and says, I'm doing this for college credit. I don't know where he heard that. And I'm also wondering, maybe he's going to be an MMA fighter. Maybe he is doing it for college credit. And I hope so. He's taking initiative. At least I didn't take, at that age, I wasn't doing things for college credit. In fact, I was going to join the honor society because I had good grades in high school, but I was such a fuck up. I had all the things filled out and I put it on top of my car, and then I just drove home and forgot it was on there, and it just blew away in the wind. I didn't even have the wherewithal to be like, I'll just fill it out again. I would just like, oh well, wasn't meant to be, I guess. Oh God. And that wasn't the only thing that I put on top of my car in my childhood that I drove off. Leaving into blow in the wind is for someone else to find. All right, let's watch another one of these sweet videos of my sweet friends who sent them to me. Let's watch. You may know him from the Atlanta area as well, Mr. Mike Schatz. He's also he's a voice on Aqua Teen. He's Enigma. No, he's not. He's not. He is one of the Plutonians on Aqua Teen Hunger Force. He's also the voice of the Braves here in Atlanta. His name is Mike Schatz, and he sent me a lovely video about one of his bad jobs. Here we go.
When I was in college, it was about like 1987, 1988. It was the winter break. I went home and I got a job over the break working at a honey baked ham. And it was in Sandy Springs, which is a suburb of Atlanta. And so my first day on the job, I go in and there's the front of the store, and then there's a giant warehouse behind it. And that's where I was supposed to work. And in the warehouse, like heavy metal blasting all day for like 8 hours. The floor was covered with cardboard boxes. And then on the outside of the warehouse, inside the warehouse, but on the outside were these rows of machines that had rotating hams on them. And then in the middle were all these tables and different stations. And this was all to get the hams prepared for Christmas. And so the guys on the outside, they would stand there with a blowtorch and they would melt the sugar onto the outsides of the ham. And then when it came to my station, I was in charge of scraping the face of the front of the ham and getting all the sugar off it and making it really look presentable to the public. And then I would wrap the ham in aluminum foil. And the thing that was awful about it, other than what I just told you, is that by the end of the day, they had that cardboard box because there was like this much ham that you were just standing in. And so by the end of the day, everyone was standing in ham. They were covered in ham. They smelled like ham. Everybody smelled like ham. It was just a lot of ham in one day. And then one day, a couple of weeks into the job, somebody came in and they said, "We have an announcement to make. We have to shut down the warehouse because we got in trouble for running hams over county lines," which sounds like a Dukes of Hazzard plot. They're like, "If your name's on the wall outside, you have this job. But if you can show up tomorrow. But if your name's not on there, we're gonna have to let you go." And so as we were reading this, one guy said, "This is the worst job I've ever had. And I feel like a loser because I got fired." And I kind of felt the same way. Years later, I was a creative director in an ad agency, and one of our clients was honey baked ham. And so they would have me stand around a ham with all the executives, the ham executives. And we would all look at it, and they would look at me and they say, "Do you think this ham is ready to shoot?" And I would say, "I don't know."
Now, I've been told that Hair Chalice said that I should give Grandpa to Gabe so that he can punch on him because that's what he's there for. Because Grandpa's a tough cuss. Grandpa got deflated though, so I'm gonna have to go give Grandpa a blowjob to get him back up to his fighting weight. That's a great offer, though. I did to give that to the boy so he can beat the shit out of that for a while and stop beating on dear old dad. I'm all shotted up, guys. I got my fucking second one yesterday. And the lady like scared the shit out of me at the place. She was like, "Hey, mate, tomorrow you're not gonna be able to get out of bed tomorrow. You just take a nap, you'll be fine. But you're gonna be feeling kind of groggy and you won't want to get up and blah blah." Man, I haven't had no knock on anything, no side effects yet of anything. My arm hurts because I got a fucking shot, but fine, totally fine. The first shot I had the shits the day after. I had diarrhea, but that could be, I eat like terribly. That could be from anything really. But I'm all immunized and I highly suggest you do it. And if you're not going to do it, fuck you. All right, let's go to, and I mean that. I really sincerely mean that. Let's go to the phones because I know that we're going to at least have one more call on here. Let me get Skype up and going. And, I got a quick little story while I'm doing this. The same scab story night, the same night I was putting Jeannie to bed, and she told me that vampires would love scabs as a snack, which I thought was brilliant. She was talking to me, and she's like talking, and all of a sudden I hear this very high-pitched fart from my sweet little girl. And then I go, Jenny, and then she, without missing a beat, she goes, that was my excited fart. I didn't know that her farts had different emotions or they could emote. Like, that's a talent right there, being able to emote through farts. You'd be like you'd be in a heated conversation with somebody, and then all of a sudden you hear, and they're like, oh fuck, that's his angry fart. We better back away slowly. Or you're breaking up with a girl, or a girl or a boy is breaking up with you, and you hear, it's just sad fart. If that doesn't bring tears to your eyes at the next rom-com, I don't know what will. Skype is up and running. Please give me a call. I'd love to talk to you right now. We will have a ball. Call me about your worst job, and we'll talk it out together. And then maybe you will be able to get another job through bad or good weather. I wrote this song just for this segment. I'm ready to hear a call from you. If you don't call me, I'll have to tell you about working at. I worked at, when I first moved to New York, I had to get a job because I didn't have one. And I went to my buddy Eli, who had a friend that worked at a temp agency. He was like, here, let me hook you up with my buddy. He's great. He'll get you something like the first day. All right, we're getting a call. Let's answer this call. Hey, AJ.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
That's fantastic. It's good to hear you. You sound clear as a bell. You sound like you're in the other room. Are you in the other room?
I don't think so.
Oh, you have a very good connection. I don't know what.
Oh, we local. That's why.
Oh, you're in town. You're closer to me than anyone else that's called tonight.
Right.
The call's coming from inside the house, the home.
Actually behind the backdrop right there.
Oh God. That's fine. We'll have a drink together after the show. So what's up? What are you up to tonight?
Well, I wanted to tell you about my worst job. I was just vacuuming, actually.
Oh, fantastic. Cleanliness is next to whatever you want to think that happens to you after you die. Let's hear about this job that you had that was bad. I hope it wasn't involving vacuuming.
No, it was my first IT job. And I'm like, yes, I'm finally moving up in the world. Let's go. And like, I had an interview, and it was like awkward as hell. It was like, well, we do this. And I'm like, is this the job I signed up for? But I was also desperate. So I'm like, whatever.
I've been there.
At this point, I showed up like 10 minutes late already. My excuse was, I didn't know where it was. I got lost. Even though, no, I just got stuck in traffic.
Well, it happens.
Nonetheless, they hired me. I started, and they're like, could you work on these documents? And I just got thrown into a conference room with a computer, and I'm just like, what? I don't even know you. What? Who are you? And a month passed by, we just keep doing projects. I'm just like on my own, like, what the hell am I doing here? And I started to show like, hey, I was
gonna say, were you actually doing work, or were you doing stuff?
I was, but it was so easy, or like it was so pointless. I got it done, and I just wouldn't like show that I was done because I was like, no, I'm not gonna show too much. But I did show too much, and eventually said, oh, I'm actually certified in these softwares we use, and eventually bit me in the butt, being like, oh, since you know how to do this for me. And I'm like, okay, you don't need to pay me much more.
No.
And then eventually, since I started doing so many different things on my own, they're like, oh, you can work from home. This was right before COVID happened.
Oh, okay.
Then COVID happened, and I'm like, am I still working from home? What's happening? No one is saying anything. I'm just here at home. And I felt like I was doing much anyways. I was enjoying it because I was waking up at like 10 a.m.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I actually started work at 9:30.
Were you still getting paychecks?
It's fine. I just forgot to message you. What?
Were you still getting paid?
Yes.
That's
like I would have to manually text my hours to this manager who didn't know anything. And it was just like, hello, what am I doing?
You lucked into that.
It just got to the point. Right. It just got to the point where we moved offices, and I'm like, when am I moving my stuff there? It's ridiculous. You're not telling me anything.
I'd say, are you still working for him? Or do you even know?
So oddly enough, how I left it was just like, I let on too much. They didn't pay me enough. They never hired me full time, even though I worked full time hours.
Tell me about it.
That was the bullshit part.
Yeah. Well,
I remember they cased me like, oh, you get 2 weeks vacation before the year ends.
It's a good,
but you're not full time. Never mind.
It's a good sign that you may be fired. I must sound like the redneck guy. You might be fired if you show up to work and they've moved the office and no one told you. That sounds like maybe
it happens.
Yeah.
How I actually left the job, if anything, was I got a job offer somewhere else, and I'm like, okay. And they said I was hired, and then the day they sent me the paperwork, they got bought out by Amazon the day before.
Oh.
And said, we got halted hiring. I'm really sorry, but we couldn't hire.
Oh.
What? So I went jobless for a whole month.
That sort of happened to me once. I thought I had a job in another state, and I had actually started packing, and I had quit my job in New York, and I had to go back and ask for my job back. And they gave it back to me, but the guy was just not very nice about it. But I was like, whatever, you gave me my job back. You can be mean to me as all you want. I just wanted my job back. Thanks.
Hello?
Yeah. So whatever. Hey, man.
Nick, I lost.
Oh, are you? I'm here. Can you hear me?
So you got your old job back, and then what?
Oh, that he was just a dick. This guy was just a dick to me. The guy that gave me my job back was so like, you can't do things like this. I'm like, I know, I didn't mean to. I didn't want to leave. I just thought was going to move. Anyway, it all worked out. It was fine. It was fine. Well, I'm glad. So
what made the job worse was just like, they asked so much of me because I had credentials while everyone else on the team had like no credentials and got paid almost the same. I'm like, no,
that's how it always works. Yeah, that's how it always works. That sucks. That sucks. Well, hopefully you'll find something new soon.
I did. That's how I moved up here.
Oh, good. Well, everything. Hey, all these stories have happy endings. I'm glad that we have a positive show tonight. It's good. Well, all right. I'm gonna let you go. Thanks for the call.
Bye.
Yeah, right. I think that's gonna be it for calls tonight, because I have one more video to play, and then I'm just gonna sign out the show. I mean, don't stop watching. If you only watch for the calls, then there's so much more I can give you. I have one more video. A buddy of mine, John Mangan. Now you may know John. I did this thing called Final Deployment. It was a really cool, mind-bending thing. It's on YouTube. Just search Final Deployment 4. It was for Adult Swim. He's the main video game player in it. He's great. He's a local improv comedian. He is hysterical. And I asked him to do one of these stories for me, and he did. So let me full screen this bitch. Let's watch his right now. Right now.
But one time I had a very short-lived job when I was about 14 or 15. I don't know if anybody else has fallen prey to this, where in my day we didn't have LinkedIn. I'm almost 21 years old, so I'm a little bit older than some of Nick's audience. But in my day, you would look through the paper at classified ads when I was in like high school or like summer college, home from college in the summer to find a gig. And I was pretty lazy, so I wanted to do something that didn't seem like a lot of manual labor. And I don't know if you've ever fallen prey to this. It says sports marketing. All right. That's always the ad. They still have these today. You can go on LinkedIn and Indeed.com. It still says sports marketing. It's like, whoa, I'm going to be a super agent. I'm going to be like LeBron James is like main guy, like Rock Nation Sports. It's going to be me. I'm going to be Jay-Z's boss probably in high school. But it's a got a notification for Headspace. Got to find my center this morning. I haven't done that yet. But so yeah, sports marketing. Yes. Oh, this would be great. Oh man, I'm going to be so good at this. I love sports marketing. Seems like something that's not hard. And you go to this place. There's an address. My address happened to be in Scranton, Pennsylvania, Electric City. Shout out to the office. And I drove up there, and I think I was wearing like maybe jeans and I don't know, an and one shirt with some kind of great sports quote on it. And I remember the guy, who seemed very old at the time, he was, probably in his mid-20s, but seemed like he was a man of authority. He's like, "You're dressed in an and one shirt and Boss jeans? What? This is a professional interview. What are you dressed like?" "Oh, I don't know, sir. I was just told to show up here." Turns out it was not a professional interview. What this interview literally was, so this is 2 minutes long already. Let me cut to the chase. Sports marketing wound up being going door to door and selling coupon books. These big chunky coupon books for discounts on like golf, or like you could get like Pizza Hut on game day, like stuff like that. Like, hey, it's NFL football season. You could get Pizza Hut for a little bit cheaper. And I was selling these coupon books door to door, knocking on doors. So it sounds like, oh, okay, I should leave right away, right? I couldn't, because what they did was they put you in a car for the interview, and they drove from Scranton to like outside of Allentown. Shout out to Billy Joel. And take you to a neighborhood, and you're in their car. You have no way to get out. I was 14, 15 years old. And then they're like, this is a working interview. And they take you door to door and make you knock on the door and be like, "Hey, sir, would you like a discount on pizza for sports marketing purposes?" And do that for like a full solid workday, like 4 or 5 hours. And you get a cut if you sell a coupon book. And then they drive you back and they release you at this parking lot in Scranton and say, "Okay, we'll get back to you. We'll let you know if you got the gig." And you wouldn't think I would go back to it, but I did. And I did it a couple of times, and I sold a couple of coupon books. And that's how I got so good at talking to cameras. And that's why you asked me to make this video for you. You asked it to be 2 minutes. It's 4 minutes. So good luck editing it, Nick.
A little bit of job advice. So if you're out there looking for work, sounds like that might be something I think you have to be a young child though to do that. You can't be my age to do that, because I think they were preying on the young children being cute and going up to the houses and selling the little coupon books. That's the show. Worst jobs. Guys, I'm so excited that we got another show in the book. It seemed like it was a lot of fun. I hope y'all have fun. I had some fun people involved showing me their videos. I had great calls tonight. We will be off next week because my parents are going to be in town. Haven't seen them in a year. So we're going to be playing, doing stuff with the kids, having spring break fun and everything. So take a nap, everybody. Just take a nap. All right. You'll survive. Probably. I want to say I'm very excited tonight. I want to be supportive of the community and the people around me, the LGBTQ community. I want to be very supportive of that. I have chosen my pronouns, and I'm excited to unveil them tonight. I see that on a lot of the Facebook pages and a lot of the Instagrams. It says it has that in the thing. So I want to be a part of the community. So I'm going to do mine tonight. My pronouns are me and my. Me, my. So that's what I'm going to be referred to now. If you're talking to me, it's like if you're talking about Nick, say, me likes to have hot tea with a little milk in it. That would be who you're talking about is I. Or say, if it's a past tense or something, that my likes to go car driving. I don't know how pronouns work. I don't know if I did that right either. I may have done it wrong. If I did it wrong, someone tell me, because I'm old and I'm trying to get things. I'm trying to be relevant or irrelevant, because that's cool too. All right, kids, thanks for watching this show tonight. We'll be back in 2 weeks with a new topic and lots of fun for you kiddos out there in internet land. I will talk to y'all soon. Mwah, mwah. Love ya. See ya on the flip side. Don't know what that means.